Hi, my name is Clarissa Casilla,
My name is Yared Taye.
My name is Dimo Hamilton Bichan.
and we're going to be interviewing Colleen from the International House, and we're going to be asking some questions about her main role here at WPI.
We hope you take your time to listen to this interview because she has some really interesting points, especially for us being international students, and we hope you enjoy this interview.
Hi, Colleen. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, my name is Clarissa,
My name is Yared.
and we're going to be interviewing you today because we really appreciate the work you do here at WPS and us with international students. And we wanted to know more about what is your main role working here in International House?
Sure. So my name is Colleen Pande. I'm the director of the Office of International Student Life. I've worked at WPI now for almost 11 and a half years. So I started here as an international student advisor and kind of made my way up to the director role. The International House has been here on campus for a little over 25 years, although we've had international students longer than that. But this role was created so that we could help both with the legal documentation, making sure people had all the paperwork that they needed and they understood the rules, but also that they had a place where they could go to ask questions about cultural adjustment or finding jobs or anything that's related to your status in the United States as an international student.
Do you get a lot of students that come here on a daily basis asking questions about taxes or any paperwork, as you mentioned?
Yes, we have a lot of students that come to visit us. Last year we had almost 6,000 office visits during the calendar year, which I think is a lot more than people probably think.
Yeah, I think as an international student myself, I do find myself coming here like very often and just asking random questions about life in America. And so what has your experience like emotionally been like working here? What things have you learned from international students?
I love working with international students. It's kind of a personal joke that when I was an undergrad student, I actually lived in a dorm called the International House. And now I continue to stay at the International House. I haven't really left. Many of my friends were international students when I was a student. My husband is an international student. He's from Nepal, and we've been together for a very long time at this point. So I feel like even though I wasn't an international student myself, I kind of understood a lot of the challenges that students can have, and also the really exciting positive things as well, and their journey in their life here in the United States. So it's what gets me up into work every day is that I really love working with students. I've learned so much over the years about people's cultures and their lives, and
what things do you think that can be done maybe in the future in order to improve this adaptation process for international students here at WPI?
I think that there's always more that can be done. We've tried over the years to do a lot of different things, and some things have stayed, some things have changed. One of our big focuses in the time moving forward is trying to do more technology-oriented things. So whether it's creating video resources or online programs or things that can be used even if it's 2 o'clock and you're in your dorm and you have a question, you can go online and search for the answer. So we're always open to feedback from students about things that would be helpful to have and that we don't currently have.
I think the idea of having it online, some questions that could be answered immediately would be great. Because I know during winter break, I forgot to sign my I-20. And I was so stressed that I didn't know if it was 6 months or 1 year. And I knew you guys were already out of the offices. So I didn't know what to do. But I think that would be great to have the online thing. Yeah. That's a great idea.
So, Colleen, during your talk with Clarissa, you mentioned a lot of good experiences you had as international students, how they can assimilate to the U.S. better and transition to the college much better. The one thing that comes up with a lot of international students these days is during their initial arrival, there's a phase they go through called the culture shock. And from your experience, how do you think that phase impacts their efficiency and their work ethic during the initial transitioning?
Yeah, I think when you are going through that cultural adjustment period or the culture shock period, especially when you're in a new setting like a university, if you're comparing yourself to a domestic student who doesn't have that extra layer of things to navigate. They just have one less thing on their plate that they need to worry about, right? So for an international student, they may have to worry about language and hearing a new language all the time. They might speak English well, but they might not be familiar with having to think in it 24 hours a day. If you're feeling homesick or you can't get in touch with home, I mean, there's a lot of things then that adds extra stress and pressure to then already this hectic schedule of classes and having to do your daily activities on campus. So we understand that that's a challenge. We've noticed that talking about that challenge as part of international orientation from the beginning has helped students kind of understand it better and know that they're not going through it alone.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely like one thing I can relate to, because even initially coming, I remember doing the international orientation, they were mentioning the culture shock. And like, I didn't really think it was a serious thing, and like, it's not gonna happen to everybody. I thought it was okay, I can just like bypass it. But like, during the first 2 terms, I was doing okay. Like, I didn't really like experience it as much. But around C term and D term was the winter coming.
I think the winter makes it harder.
Yeah.
Yes, the winter and the darkness. I feel like that is a really big thing, especially if you're from a country that's closer to the equator than up here. That darkness in December really just gets you down and makes you start missing home, I think.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
So from working with international students here, like, what would you say do you like most about it? Like, what aspect of working with international students, like, do you enjoy the most?
I really like working with the individual people, the individual students. I've gotten to know a lot of students really well over the years. I'm still in contact with some students that even graduated like years ago, like back in 2013, and seeing them grow and establish themselves and become adults. That's kind of cool to see, and it's really an exciting part of the work is getting to know people, enjoying that.
So, Colleen, Clarissa and I had a pleasure interviewing, hearing from your experience about working with international students, how they would encounter their challenges, and like advices on how they would go through and like bypass those challenges. We really appreciate you giving us the time and opportunity to do this interview. And we would like to thank you on behalf of the class of international students, because this is going to be really important advice for them. And one other thing, we have an invitation for you to come and see the interview once it's edited and finally completed. It's going to take place on Monday, February 10th. It's in Washburn, class 323. So we really thank you and appreciate this opportunity.
Great, thank you. Thank you for coming. And for all international students, feel free to come and visit our office if you have any questions. Especially if they're quick questions, you can come to our new walk-in hours every day from 3 to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. Thank you very much.
Thank you.